Oof. Oof. Robux. Oof. Roblox took it to 10. I got Robux. Calling a Roblox bro. Bro's a treasure when I wanna build a boat. I got Robux and I got our throne. Wait, Roblox High School is where I go.
So that was just a little preview for all you people out there. Go check out. That was a little like, it was like a little like, you know how sometimes you miss the order of things. You know, we have the SoundCloud, you know, song of the week. That was the SoundCloud song of the motherfucking week.
You never know what's gonna happen on the Nortah.
Roblox, baby.
You could.
Roblox.
Anything could happen.
Anything could motherfucking happen. So with that, we'll start with the actual fucking intro. Wait, what the fuck did it? Oh, hello, what the fuck? Hello, what? What?
Or maybe not. You never know.
There you go. There we are. Alright, everybody at home, we're here. We're here with IHateCardGames.
What it do?
Yeah, what it do? The thing about card games, last time you've ever been on here before was in episode 4. Y'all know how that podcast went. It was a little raunchy and stuff. And look, if you want to listen to podcasts where a bunch of straight guys sit around talking about sex and stuff, you can literally go to any podcast you want to and fucking find that shit real easy, okay? So that's why
Or
today
you can
we're
just
going to
listen
keep
to this one. I got titties on my shirt. We're going to be talking about titties all fucking day.
Let's
Part 2,
jerking off right now.
You know what? Hey,
Part
we're talking about dicks too. Fuck it, we're doing everything.
Every single time I'm here, man.
Yeah, fuck everything. I'm fucking cocks and balls.
Why
Cock
not,
and ball
man?
torture, baby. That's what it's all about.
Torture.
CBT gang. But yeah, what I'm talking about less of that shit, and we're focusing on the real shit that everybody came here to talk about. You know, the real important stuff.
It's real family-oriented content.
It's a family vehicle, but no, fucking. I feel like so many things happened. Last time we did a podcast, we rolled in the new motherfucking year, 2019. 2019.
Isn't that fucking
That's insane.
crazy?
It feels like it was just 2014.
We're
like
actually
yesterday.
through another decade.
Yeah, we're
When
almost.
people say last
20
decade,
something.
is it just me or I always think the 90s? When
Yeah,
people say
I
last
think, I
decade,
think the 90s. Yeah,
and then it's like
like 2000s. Is very
we're like
most-
almost through another one.
Isn't
God,
it weird,
this
like,
fucking
at least
guy.
at our age, like,
Just
2000,
old
the
fuckers,
2000s flew by.
Yeah.
Like, they were gone.
Uh-huh.
Like, I can hardly even, I think back to then, it's like eons ago.
Yeah.
Like, even almost like 2010, 2011, 2012, like.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
fuck,
I remember getting to 2012 and thinking like, we're in 2012. How did this happen? How are we this far forward in humanity's like span? You know, but like we're still moving. We're still alive somehow. We're already in 2019. That's insane.
I love you ever saw that meme with it, like, you know those like glasses they used to have for like 2009 and the O's are like the eyes and shit, and it's like once it hit like 2010, like we were starting to push the limit because it's like the two O's are like now off center and shit, and then it got to like 2012 and they're like adding in an extra I in between like the 1 and 2, and it's like we can't actually do it anymore. Yeah, we're getting 2020 vision, baby.
2020 is gonna work real fine.
2020.
Yeah.
2020 is gonna be all kinds.
It's gonna be some off-center.
off to the side. Yeah,
It's gonna be over here and
on the right side of your face.
2020 vision, man. I'm gonna fucking like wear those glasses all year. Actually, I'm gonna get a pair and just rock them like the shutter shades.
Oh yeah,
Fucking 808s.
But do you have any New Year's resolutions at all
For
this
me?
year? Because I feel like I never really do that, but I
I-
kind of have some.
nothing official. Just
yeah.
stuff I think about,
Stuff
like I'd like
passively.
to accomplish
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
but not like, you know, goals really.
Yeah.
Just ideas. and
I've been
shit.
getting better about like, not necessarily even just the like resolutions, but I'm getting better at like writing down like
following through.
Yeah, but I think it's like a big plus that everyone should be doing is like get a note app, write down like goals of but make them like achievable and like put dates on them.
Yeah.
It helps so fucking much because even if for little shit, like I'll be like, I need to get my car smogged, and I'll be like, I need to get car smogged by like, you know, like the 19th or something, and then like I look at that and I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to get my car smogged by the 19th, and I feel like I'm not like hitting goals if I don't do it right. But if I just put like I need to get my car smogged in my phone, like I wouldn't even think, I would just be like, I can just do that next week.
Yeah.
It was like I think setting up goals is good. I don't have any like resolutions.
Yeah, because all mine are just like extensions of what I was already working on last year, anyways. Like I'd say, like starting around like halfway to 2018, I started to kind of be more actively thinking about the things I say and stuff. Because like it's very easy, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot recently too, especially. When you have a little fucking white nerd like Griffball walking around saying nigga, thinking he can get away with it because
he call Griffball a nerd.
Yeah, he's a fucking he's a fucking dork.
No, but say okay.
He's a dumbass geek, but he's such a fucking clown. He's in here. He was black so badly, but he's not. He doesn't have enough melanin in his fucking skin. He just sits at home with a melatonin in his skin. That's a fucking god. But he just sits around listening to Tupac being like, yeah. I'm a real fucking blood. I'm a real motherfucking gangster. I don't give a fuck. But like, I don't need to be passive to that kind of stuff anymore, you know? I feel like in years past, I was a lot more passive to that kind of stuff.
You just gotta
like,
let it go.
I was sort of like, you're fucking stupid, but I don't really give a shit. Either that, or like for instance, like 2017, 2016, I feel like I started to get a little bit more kind of like into my like, I started to fall back into old habits that I had when I was like in my edgy phase, you know?
Right.
Because like in 2000 like age of 13 and like the age of 16 or so, I was like an edgy 4chan troll kid who I used to have the fucking dumbass mentality that like, oh, if you say words more, it'll give the lose their fucking power or whatever, and it's like
right.
It doesn't really work like
no,
at all.
It doesn't work at all.
Unless you're like reclaiming
about this the other day, about how I don't mean to cut you off, but it is talking about that like
the whole
IDub thing. How I feel like. Especially in like our circle, but circles similar to ours, like the whole iDubbbz movement, and not just him, but a lot of people believed in it. Of not saying something gives it power. That like I can see your logic. You're wrong. Like, I can see what you're saying. You're very wrong.
It doesn't really work that way.
It's like by saying it's just something you should not say. Like,
just like,
and by saying it, you're just saying something you should not say. You're not taking away power. Whatever power it had, it's still.
It's like it'll take years before the fucking lose that power.
You can't change like anything that happened. Just saying it more is not gonna like when. Like, can you please like list an example?
The only time it ever works is when it's like a group reclaiming the word, like black people reclaiming the word nigga. But even then, you still have white people who will say it, and they'll still be like dumbasses.
The same meaning when used by other people.
The thing about like the N word, I feel like it's like saying the N word is like shooting a random shot from just like closing your eyes and just shooting a shot from a gun randomly, because it's like. You have the opportunity to, like, all it does is, like, you have the opportunity to hurt people, but then that mentality is like, well, if I shoot the gun enough, it runs out of bullets. It's like, no, it never runs out of bullets. You can keep saying the N-word as much as you want, and it'll still hurt people's feelings. The only word I can really think of, the only two words I really think of that actually generally lost completely their entire original meaning is, like, the word dumb and the word stupid. Because they used to be words that people used to refer to people who had mental disabilities. Yeah. Like, the word dumb was for people who were deaf or mute or whatever. Yeah. And so that word completely changed completely. But that was, like, between, like, 1950s till now. It's not like...
But also, like, the meaning of those weren't necessarily taken away. They just were altered. Like,
and they weren't nearly as, like, tied to, like...
They're not ableist anymore. They're not, like, used for this. You're not using against people who are, deaf or whatever.
A doctor would not
diagnose
someone as dumb.
Yeah, he doesn't do that anymore. But, like, yeah, I want to be people more active about, like...
I guess words just replace those words, like more apt words.
Yeah, other words.
Whereas dumb was more a broad word and is not as accurate as mental disability.
But I wanted to kind of put stuff out because, like, I started kind of finding the old behaviors of like, oh, who cares? It's not a big deal. I'll fuck. You know what? Here, I'll even say a couple words myself. I'll leave it in there. But it's like there's no anything. It's just edgy. I don't want to be that fucking edgy. Fucking 16-year-old self anymore. I just want to be a goddamn adult.
Yeah, I think that like the thing that people don't realize about language, because I'm all for like freedom of speech, right? Mm-hmm. I think there's no point in like being like you can't say certain stuff.
Well,
because,
you
like,
can
people will say it either way.
Freedom of speech only matters to the government. It's not like if you call me the N-word in public, I'll happily grab your head and
this is what I'm getting to is like you have to realize like yes, you can say whatever you want with freedom of speech, but that does not mean that nobody has the right to get upset and beat your ass. Like, and if you say something like that, pisses people off. Most of the time, usually people say it with an express purpose of pissing people off. Yeah. But like, if you're saying this word and it has the capability of pissing people off, it's like you're better off probably not saying it. And if you choose to ignore the fact that people are gonna get pissed off and might be like upset at you. and like you're just like whatever. Well, it's their fault for being offended. It's like no, because like people you do choose to be offended, but offense is like a very proper reaction in a lot of scenarios.
Shit,
Like they're not wrong to be offended in a lot of scenarios.
Not at all.
So it's like if you don't like take that into account and realize like I'm being an asshole for saying this, then it's like you're just being an asshole.
It's so basic. Like y'all don't realize the privilege like of free speech and like abuse that shit. Like first of all, it's just wrong to say. Like, just don't say it. Like, that's a borderline. Like, I have the ability to say it. Okay, I have the ability to do a lot of shit. Yeah, I don't do it. Also, I have the ability to carry a gun and fire it. I don't. Yeah. Like, you can carry a gun. Are you gonna fire it? Like in a Walmart? Like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, maybe you could. Maybe you can. I could. Maybe in this area you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I mean, that's a little different because it's illegal to fire a gun like that. But same concept. Like, you would not carry a gun and then fire it without intent to kill, like
or harm,
you do, or harm, or whatever, or defense, or whatever. These words, it's the same thing. And like,
I got into an argument online. Not even really an argument. I was just like fucking around. I was going through like it was some comment section on some video. They were talking about like one's like a slur or something that was like somebody got pissed off. And in the comments, it was like, if you get upset from, like, if words can upset you, I think that makes you a weak person. And I just went into the comments and I was like, shut up, baby dick. And so, like, and then some other guy came, and he got upset at me. And then some other guy came and was like, you're just proving his point. And I was like, you can shut the fuck up too. I wasn't talking to you, Tyler. Like, his name was like Tyler. I was like, just go back to being named Tyler. And he was like, so I was like, yeah, it's free speech. I mean, you guys have to fucking deal with it. I can say whatever the fuck I want to, and you can't get mad at me. That's what free speech is, right? It's like, no, it was like he got pissed off.
Pissed off about you coming out and getting pissed off. It's like the irony of people who are like, man, these motherfuckers.
You must be pretty
sensitive snowflakes getting upset about certain words, and then like you say like something like
you're racist, and they're like, and it's like, yeah, you got upset at a word. That's crazy. You must be pretty weak, huh?
It's just like if you are not a part of that creed, culture, race, whatever, you know, like the N-word is very different. It has very different meaning, significance than other. But comparatively, I think we can all say that. If you're not a part of that group, you do not understand what that word means to you when it's being said to you.
Yeah.
So, and you don't need to understand. People are like, I don't understand why you're offended. You don't need to. It doesn't matter if you understand it or not. Just don't say it. I, like, from talking to people, think I have a good idea of what the N-word means to a black person. Yeah. I'm not black. I do not know what that word means to a black person. I can just respect the fact that they don't want to hear it coming from my mouth. Same with anybody from the LGBT community, like it's very different meaning, but the same thing. If you're not just a part of that group, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, and it's like
you don't get the same feeling from it. Yeah, so it's like
and that's the biggest thing. You don't need to understand what it means. Like people need to just know everything. Yeah. Like I need to know like why is this
Why can't I do this?
Why can't it? It doesn't matter. Just don't. Like and by knowing what it means and then like understanding why, like what difference does it make? You understand why it means the thing it means, and then you don't say it. Yeah, probably don't say it at all. And fine.
There are some exceptions. Like I'll say, like for instance, I've seen people argue that the word stupid and dumb are ableist because they used to be like years past, but no one uses them that way at all.
Definitions of those words literally changed, and those were never and it's the same offensive terms.
They were offensive originally.
Well, like offensive if used in the wrong context, but they were descriptive terms to describe
medical issues and stuff.
But it's funny too because then like
whereas the N-word is just an insult.
Yeah, but then like other words also change too. Like for instance, like the word the word trap and how like that was really like people just use it for like processing anime characters or whatever, characters are feminine. But then like all these 4chan niggas constantly you see them posting on like being shit like. Oh,
like real life.
Yeah, it's like people who are transgender and they refer to them as that. And it's just like it changes me entirely. It's nice to see people just like saying that they random ass people who are trans, and it's just like you're not. You're just.
That's not. When talking about like the anime like archetypical thing because it's literally like they are drawn 100%. Like this is like. And again, it is all like fake. Like in real life, you know.
But then like all these fucking nerds turn it into like actual fucked up term, and it's just like, good job, guys. Like, congrats, good job. You fucking little internet nerds did your job. But yeah, like I don't know. I was just thinking a lot. I was thinking a lot, especially about like back in my trolling days and shit, and how much of a shitter I was. And stuff like that. Man, there's some trolling that I don't regret at all. Like I don't regret trolling like Ghost of True Capitalist Radio. He's a fucking piece of shit human being, and trolling his show is fucking hilarious. But like doing heinous shit, like going onto some girl's Facebook thing and posting like about like hope you die. Like it's just like they're just like bringing like there's no reason. It's like okay.
And capitalist radio, that like is almost like inviting.
Yeah, it's inviting trolls to come in there. Like your name is called True Capitalist Radio, and you have a hot temper, and like whenever someone says anything mean to you at all, you fucking like toss cans and shit. It's like I know what, you're a fucking prime target, and you deserve it. Yeah. You're an angry ass
like
motherfucking
Alex
nerd.
Jones thing. It's like we all just want to see Alex Jones get mad.
Yeah. But also one more thing too is like even if you look at the episodes of this podcast and stuff, like I used to use the word autistic and stuff to like describe things I didn't like or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like as someone who literally has autism, I've always had a problem with people calling shit autistic or whatever. Like, but people when I first came to Nortah, like in 2015 or whatever, people would use it, but I didn't feel like really I wanted to say anything about it because it was like there's a new group of friends.
2015 was even a different time.
Not really.
Not people, super different, but like things progressed really fast with that.
Most people I know didn't even use that term until I came to Nortah and people started using it. I was like, okay, I guess whatever. But like I didn't want to touch anything about it because like it's a new group of friends. I don't want to be like confrontational. Be like, hey, stop saying this thing. So like I became passive to it and became like, oh whatever, they can say whatever they want, and that ended up progressing to the point where I ended up saying it myself because I became so passive to it, you know. Right. Where I was like, who cares? I'll say it too, but it's like each time someone say it, it's still like fucking irritated the shit out of me, and it's like they don't understand what it actually is to be autistic and how fucking irritating it is. But like people just constantly call shit autistic, and it's just like I'm not gonna. It was so awkward to just constantly, especially because like as a kid, I learned at such an early age that to not fight people, especially many online, but fight people about saying shit. Because I remember like first time ever seeing someone on the internet say this, and I remember with a hard R, and like being like fucking 12 years old, it blew my fucking mind that there were people that were still like this that had still said that shit. And so I didn't have anybody to back me up or anything like that, and it was fucking all online. So I became like super like defeat. Like, I became very defeated about it. Where I was just like, I can't do anything about this. See, people are still going to say it. People I knew in real life, I found people I met in real life also said it sometimes too, and it was just fucking like I just became like super passive to it and became like, whatever, you can say whatever you want. I can't do anything about it. It's your fucking choice. Whatever. I can't do anything about it. Like that's why like whenever like I remember when Like it's happened a couple of times. We're just like walking down Main Street in Layton, and some fucking kid will drive by in his car and well in the window and yell the fucking hard R out of the fucking window. Yeah. Like it happened like several times. 2016,
even like,
and it's like you're just like you feel so just like, what the fuck? This dude just did a fucking verbal drive-by. Like, this is like, I don't even do that shit. Like,
and he probably wasn't even trying to be heard. He just thought he was a fucking
I thought it was funny. He thought it was funny. He thought he was so cool. Oh, yeah.
That's the weird thing about Utah in particular when it comes to, like, black people in Utah is, like, you're such an anomaly.
Yeah.
Like, that it becomes, like I remember, like, and I'm like barely black. Like I have like some like African blood, but it's not even that much.
Uh-huh.
And but like I was like pretty much the blackest or second blackest kid in my grade.
One of the token black kid in your school.
Yeah, and it was like, but it was like, oh, like Levi's black, and like they would talk to like, but it was just like a thing. But it was like everyone would joke around, and it's like I'm growing up in like a white culture, so I'm like I really don't know anything about black culture. I can't like call them on shit. I can't say shit to them. They're just like you're just kind of like helpless to just listen to them do it, and you're like whatever. And you just become kind of numb to it.
Yeah.
But like that was such a weird transition from like being like in Utah like the blackest person at the school, and then going to
California where people were like all mixed.
And it was like not even a thing. Like people weren't even like they didn't comment on race. They didn't care about.
Give a shit.
They're just like it's just Levi. And so that was nice. And then going to South Africa where I'm actually like the whitest person in like the area that I'm at.
Yeah.
And they're calling me like gringo, and like they're like you're not like black. And then I was like, it was just this. I've always had like a weird racial identity wise. Like I really just don't identify with any particular.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm so just like numb to race at this point, and I just don't see why people even put any stock in it at all. Because I'm like,
it's so silly at this point in 2019.
You're like, well, you're black, look at you. But like being mixed, I don't want to be a fucking logic about it. Be like, yeah, I'm mixed. A little bit difficult because I feel like I'm torn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I'm mixed.
That's not even how I feel. It's literally just like I don't have a connection to any particular race or culture. Oh, yeah. I like the things I like. They're completely outside of any sort of racial tie.
I understand like being influenced by like a black culture, white culture, whatever, and like having that be part of your identity.
Right. If you live in like a black neighborhood, you're surrounded by black people, you're gonna envelop black culture. Same if you live in fucking Kansas, you're only surrounded by white people, country people, you're gonna be that.
I saw a fucking black person with a bunch of white kids in a fucking. You were there with us. It was at Walmart, I think you were with us. There was like one black person, a bunch of white kids. They had a fucking Jeep that had a fucking Confederate flag sticking out of it. And I was like, what kind of sellout coon shit? Fucking fake ass black person. Also, I love the fact that the black race has taken back the word coon to be like a word that we use for our own people who are like fucking sellouts or like
like Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom type people. We call them coons and shit. But like it was like what the fuck is wrong with this guy? But I remember being a kid and like. My brother is ultra black. He was a rapper for a small time, and like he was really part of like he embraced like he really embraced that shit like a lot. He embraced his culture like a lot. But I was mostly like my dad a lot. My dad is super white and listens to like rock and roll and shit, and so like. It was this weird kind of thing where I was like, I feel like I was too black for white people, but too white for black people. Like, and whenever I was with my brother's friends, like, it was just me and my brother, it was like perfectly fine. It was me and him and his friends. It was like, I felt so out of place. But then if it was just me with like, all my extended family members, I also felt kind of out of place because they're all white and all Mormon. And it's just like, I don't really fit in here with any of y'all. I mean, this is...
The thing is, it's what Levi said, basically. We're all individuals. You used to say this all the time.
What?
2 random people had sex and out popped you. Like you have you have no control. It doesn't really like you have no fucking cards on the. Well, what I'm saying is like.
You're just individuals.
You're born where you're born. You're raised by who you're raised.
Yeah.
If you're raised by a bunch of country hick people and you live on a farm and blah blah blah. Like that's who you are. Like if you're living the projects or whatever, you know, you're raised by those people surround. That's who you are.
Yeah, but
you're just an individual.
Yeah, but also think people have to remember like, even though you kind of are just RNG how you're born, to not just like forget like all the different shit that comes with being whatever race you're born with. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So we're being like, I don't want to see color, bro.
Everything's embrace
color tone.
You embrace your culture. Like I love that. Like people hate this, but I love that. Like there's so many like strong living. Like I'm fucking white male, so but
you have the least amount of points.
I have the least amount of points in this race.
This Ben Shapiro race.
My stepmom is full Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
And her family's full Ecuadorian. They all come from Ecuador.
Yeah.
And I love it. They get together and they all just speak Spanish. And like her mom can barely even speak English. She does speak English. She talks to me all the time. You know, like it's a little broken, but like I love, and like they'll get together and they have a barbecue and they cook and like they like cook like traditional food that they go. They're like Mexican, Mexican stores around them because that's the closest they can get to what's from there. They'll go to a Mexican store and they'll buy like food, skirt steak, like all this stuff, barbecue it, and like have this big old party, and they'll only speak Spanish together. And as like one of the only white people there who has no idea what they're saying, like I think it's awesome cool that they can like still get together and like embrace what little like of what they can like celebrate like in fucking Utah, like
Utah of all places.
I like for mixed couples, mixed parents and I guess like interracial. Sorry, I was gonna say transracial. I don't know why.
Across all races.
Interracial relationships, and then ultimately mixed children. Like
fucking spam.
That's totally cool. I love that. Like I love that, and like you love whoever you love and all that. But like embracing your culture is completely fine as long as you're not hating other people.
Yeah,
culture. And until it involves like, if you are born in deep like Kansas, like you only know white people, you only know hick shit, you live on a farm, you only know that you talk like this, like that's perfectly fine. Like as long as you're not hurting other people with the things you do or say.
Bring back the South.
And you're like, and like I have deep South roots. My family deep South. Confederate, like I don't support Confederate, but like we were deep South. Like I get that, like that's they have their own culture. Like deep South, like white people, they have their own culture. Celebrate it.
Don't embrace the fucking Confederate flag in your fucking dumbass Jeep.
It's fine. Like did you hear that whole thing when Yellow Wolf, how he like came out with the Confederate flag thing? Like he's like, well, I think we should keep the Confederate flag.
What is it with that fucking flag?
Because he's like, it's our heritage. It's our heritage. It's stuff like that. It's like, okay, like it's your heritage. You can like, I understand.
Like, there's Germans that like fly the Nazi flag and they're like, it's part of our heritage.
You shouldn't fly it. Like if you like want to appreciate some of the heritage you came from, like you can, but you also need to acknowledge the bad parts of where you came from. Like
if you're like being like, oh dog, man, my father he owned like 20 slaves. Man, what a great man.
You can say like my family roots are from this state for like all of America. Like I'm really proud of that. That's cool. You just have to acknowledge. Listen, just don't hate.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's very simple to get.
Deflate the hate.
You don't say the N-word because it's offensive. You don't kill people because it's killing them.
That being said, I will still say the word cracker because it's fucking hilarious. And also, the meme of white genocide.
Well, you can say cracker.
The meme of white genocide is so funny to me just because it's not from actual. I don't actually want the white race to fucking die.
That's the thing about
I just make fun of people who are dumb and have a conspiracy theory in their head that like somehow the white race is being destroyed by some black government conspiracy to kill off the white race.
I love when I fucking meme about white genocide on Twitter and people jump on me. I'm like, dude, I'm like 80% white.
Well, and that's
just so you know,
you never had like neither of you ever had the chance to identify as anything because you're darker.
No,
you're just like, black.
You're just black. Yeah, people see there's just black and see they're just like, oh.
My girlfriend loves to bring this up, and like she loves how white people classify themselves as Irish, Scottish, and German.
Yeah, they have to like really like.
No, you're white. You're white.
You're fucking from America, dude.
Like if someone asked me where I'm from, like what my like root, like I'm American, like. My grandfather's from here. My other grandfather's from here, but I'm American. I was born in America. That's all I know.
Yeah. No, the thing that bothers me about the Confederate flag shit, and also this is the last I'll talk about.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Every little
Jesus
fucking is the fact that like literally the whole idea behind creating the Confederate flag, which was that it was a symbol for the Confederate States of America, and that whole point was to break away from to secede from the greater part of America. For the sheer purpose of so that we can have the right to slaves. That was
the breaking point.
That was the express purpose. And again, like if you're looking at it from that standpoint, if you're in a place where like you believe that like black people are not actual humans and stuff like that, and you're like our whole economy runs off of slavery. Okay. Like I get it. I get why you want slaves, right? Like, but
lazy
it's it's just the worst possible thing. Like it is actually like one of the worst things that's ever happened.
Literally human property.
Yeah, like human property, like owning other humans is such actual bullshit.
Unless you're a dom daddy.
And so it's like yeah, like getting mad is one thing, but it's like you come on, brother. Like it was. Yeah. It's just so rough that it's like, yeah, that's the whole symbol for it is like, we want a place where we can have slaves.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's our heritage. It's like, really?
That's the only thing known for?
You know what? Get a flag and put pecan pie on it. Just a picture of pecan pie. And I'm with it, dude. If that's how you want to celebrate Southern culture, is like, yeah, fucking butter and like pecan pie. We're gonna do like barbecue cornbread. I'm all for that shit, dude. Southern hospitality, yeah, just like a flag with a pecan pie. That should just replace it. That no one could get mad at that, dude. If you could just replace all Confederate flags with just a picture of pecan pie. I'm so happy to do it. Like,
I do something meme of those kind of people being like, "I'm a proud American." Yeah, I have a flag that literally represents being like anti-American.
Yeah, I have a rebel flag.
Rebel flag is the most proud American of all time.
Anyways, that's the last I'll speak on that.
That's the last. That's lots of that. I was just thinking about that kind of stuff a lot recently. But I was thinking, it's just like you said. Sometimes you sit back and you start thinking about
resolutions, huh?
Yeah, all that stuff, all that there. Fucking kill Confederacy is my resolution,
and the racism,
and the white race,
and all racism. I'm done with it, dude. 2019 is the year, like I said, I posted this on Twitter. I'm standing by it. 2019 is the year of taking L's gracefully and not doubling down, because that 100%. Is what's getting us in the shit, dude.
Oh, like fucking Digibro?
Yeah, Digibro
going fucking...
Me and Brandon talked about it, and I know y'all talked about it a little bit, but I wasn't there. I'm done. I'm off. I've been off that shit. I watched, initially, when I first got into anime, a lot of his videos. Just because... Like, a lot of them were actually, like, relevant and good.
No, he makes some decent video essays if you're, like...
smart, and he writes his shit very, very, very well. He goes very in-depth on a lot of shit.
It's thought out, it's research.
Around the time that I joined, and it started happening, like, maybe a little after that, because I remember seeing the progression. Because he was still posting videos I liked right when I joined. Like, or started joined, like, as if I joined. Like, I started watching anime. He started making the most fucking, like, just... self-righteous, stupid videos, and I'm off that shit.
No, he's like I said, he's as you put it, he is a man-child. The main thing with him that I see is like, okay, he obviously knows anime, like he knows
he doesn't even
manga.
Talk about it anymore. It's like
it's just dumb bullshit, because he has what he sees is like a cult following of people that like respect him for his intellect, and they're like Digivro is our god and stuff. That's, and it's like
shit. And he only makes videos about how you should be able to say the N-word. He makes videos about how Loli is fucking amazing. He makes videos about like this stupid ass shit.
Never saw him as anything more than an anime YouTuber.
Yeah,
and like. Behind all that, he's probably a smart guy. He likes his shit. He likes you do that, but I'm watching you for anime.
Yeah, I don't want your.
If you want to make other videos and try to branch out, that's cool. But like, I'm not watching the self-righteous bullshit. Like, I'm not watching
fucking this.
You're this pretentious ass.
Like the minute I saw him make a video about like, especially making a whole rant about actually words are just about how you present yourself, and you should be able to say the fucking N-word whenever you want. And these fucking drops are hard are like fucking nothing. I'm just like, all right, unsub. Out of here.
I don't know if you kind of like were on him like the first time he tried weed. He got really bad after that. I don't know. I don't think it's a weed affecting him. I think it's like the idea like I smoke weed now. I don't think that's why, but like
that happens with
he did start smoking weed within like the last year.
Yeah.
And like because I remember him making a video about like I'm smoking weed now, and like since then there's been like a broad shift, and he hardly makes anime content.
Well, no, but again, so like the Digibro stuff that's worth watching are like I like his analytical essay stuff on like we're talking about this show, and I don't mostly agree with like a lot of the shit that he says about like what he thinks makes anime good and like what he looks for and stuff.
Well written.
His taste is suspect again, like but he knows shit about like he knows like how staff works, like he knows like all the directors, he knows different studios. He's like a historian in terms of like anime, but like that's like the one thing I can say about him that I respect him on is that he knows a lot
Everything
about
else
anime.
is fucking annoying.
But if he's not utilizing that, it's like
what is your actual?
It's like
if y'all want a real nigga to follow or a real motherfucker that you should be fucking with, just follow Nino. That's fucking all you need. Just Nino. Just fucking Jimmy. Jimmy is so fucking good. Jimmy's so fucking Nino. And Jimmy. Jimmy's Twitter is fucking amazing.
Kotaku.
His Twitter is in Kotaku. He's I don't even have every single opinion he ever has, but he's great.
He's funny.
It's funny too because like he there was a point where
this black guy, he's like British. And
he's Nigerian and British. When we first, it's funny because he used to be. He used to when Gamergate was first a thing. I remember he defended it at first because he generally was like had problems with fucking game journalism shit.
Yeah.
But then he kind of ended up falling off the boat because he realized this is a bunch of fucking nerds.
How do you spell his name? Sorry.
Ninouh.
Okay.
Ninouh.
Yeah, but he realized it's just a fucking movement full of angry men getting pissed off about women and shit.
Yeah.
Easily. And so he jumped off of that. But ever since then, he's become better and better and better. And his Twitter is so fucking good. And I don't agree with every single opinion he ever has. But his Twitter is just so fucking raw. Just like he just fucking so recently. Digibro posted a rap saying, "Yo, I made an emo rap," and then Nino responded saying, "Digibro, I'm gonna be really dog. This is straight cheeks." And like I listened to it, and please you can't. I don't think you can hear this, Shell, but this is fucking next level. I fucking lost my shit when I heard this stuff. You can see if you can fucking hear this. This is fucking next level. When he fucking comes on the beat.
What is this from?
This is Digibro fucking doing emo rap. But it's so.
I heard one of his. It was like a spinning. Y'all see? He's posted on like his main channel, like spinning meat, and he's like. Sounds some like Danny Brown shit.
Yeah, I think it is.
This
is rough, dude. This is tough to listen to.
This is like when we found out the foot lettuce guy made music.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
you ever heard that?
Oh my god. What? Okay, I'm sorry. You've been listening to it out, but we're playing.
He makes music.
Playing. It's on fucking Spotify.
Sad Boy, huh?
It's on Spotify and shit too.
Dude, that shit sounds like cats fucking.
It's so funny.
He really is like Danny
I'm gonna cut out
Brown.
this little in between time where I'm finding this. His chills, the fucking top 15 chills. That guy they did the Burger King foot shit.
Yeah, I know him.
His rap is so fucking amazing. He's so. And
it's the emo sad
music video.
Oh, it's Sad Boy rap.
Yeah, Sad Boy rap. It's like
this you chill.
The monotone, kind of like Suicide Boys, but with no hype.
Chill. It's called Sideline. This is fucking amazing. That's the guy who did the Burger King full of this shit. He's so fucking good. I fucking love it. Also, if you're at home, the name of the song is Sideline. Get it on Spotify.
You with him, you say you love me. I've been trying to get away for some time. Part ways with the life I
This
chose.
voice, you can just think about Burger King.
It's all good. Ain't it funny?
I love him just like seeing him. Actually seeing him just like for the first time. I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seeing him for the first time physically was so fucking amazing. Just like this is the fucking guy. This is the man.
This is him.
This is the one and only. But yeah, it's fucking
There was a day
so
where this
good,
stuck in my head.
Holy
Like,
crap.
I remember working.
That's actually like the new wave.
It's all good.
Sad Boy rap, dude.
Yeah, it's so fucking amazing.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I didn't know about the Digibro shit. I knew he said he was doing like a experimental rap and stuff, and I was like, I'm never gonna listen to that shit in my life. Holy jeez. Anyways, but yeah, like I just miss Demo, man. That's really
I miss Demo too.
Demo is
It's
so
so sad because I was past
He's the
him,
goat,
but
man.
I watched every single one of his videos and it was all good.
Yeah.
Even when he had like a controversial opinion, it was
it was still fucking
portrayed it in a goof. Like he handled like the lollies thing really well.
The little video is really good.
That's like a touchy subject
same.
for a lot of people, and he handled it like perfectly. I'm like,
I miss Demo, man.
Miss you, Demo Senpai, come back, bro.
Shoutouts.
I like Best Guy Ever, but he's not anime centric really.
No.
One, and he doesn't post a lot. I don't need him to be anime centric though.
No.
But
When he makes
I
stuff,
wish
it's
he
usually
posts more.
good. Yeah.
But
yeah.
he's not really an anime
like
YouTuber.
Nate.
But I like to throw his name in the ring.
That's the only reason I ever watched or listened to much Digibro at all is because of Nate. Like
Not to mention, like I go back now, like Kingdom Hearts 3 is out. I listen to.
He's pretty
Oh,
close friends with Digi, but it's
Wait, he's in that group.
that group of fuckers.
Also, speaking of Nate, fuck off with the fucking emotes. I'm just saying. There we go.
Yeah.
Out of the way. Fuck
Yeah,
off with the fucking.
I'm a little over it.
Uncomfortable.
It was a little bit funny at the start.
Yeah, it's funny at first because it was like oh, we're making fun of a shitty person.
But now it's like
I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we're making fun of a shitty person, but now it's like no, this is just a fucking meme.
Me and Brandon were talking about this, and I've always felt this way, but never voiced my opinion.
That's why every time I post it, it's just with the foot kicking it. Like that's the only time I will put it.
In a way, I never voiced my opinion, but I really wish.
That sounds sorry. That's like I smell it comes on the mic really loudly.
I really wish people would stop using that term, and y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not funny. All right.
Yeah,
and
really
you
takes
guys,
away from the.
Speaking of words we were using, like. It's not funny, and me and him were talking about it. And if you want to make fun of the person, and his
fucking
teeth,
call him bucktooth, fucking
like
whatever,
fucking call it
he's
ugly
teeth, fucking curse
call
off what
him
he did,
like
whatever.
shitty Marth,
fine.
whatever. Like I get y'all have the right to do that. You can do that, but
making a meme.
Can we like not use that in the term like? Trap House was way too fucking far, and I hated that. Like when we were saying we are going to blank people, like I'm going to blank justice right now.
Yeah,
that's not and. He put out a good example. Like, what if you just replace the word with rape?
With actual words is rape? Yeah,
which is actually rape. What I am going to rape
Would you want to use that term? You wouldn't.
You would not use it, and that's the way you guys are using it.
Yeah,
you think it's funny, and it's not. It's like funny, and I think we should get rid of the emo.
People are seeing it as like a way around like feeling uncomfortable saying that word, and it's
who made the emo?
Noah. I didn't really. These are I think about all these things recently. I felt uncomfortable when I talk about all these different things because I feel like if I talk about all at once, people would be like, "Oh, you're just faking it. You're just doing it for the clout. You're just being a social justice warrior, or whatever." Or say stupid shit like that. But genuinely, these are things that have been in my mind for a minute. I've just been too much of a fucking coward to say them out loud. And even worse than that, I've been like passive and even enabling in myself and those things happening. So now I'm just kind of putting my fucking boot down my fucking right boot.
In the same way that the N-word...
In the same way that you would put your boot down on Java.
In the same word that the N-word's been on your mind, this word's been on my mind a lot. Yeah. And I absolutely hate it, and I hated it before. Yeah. That's why I didn't use it as a joke. And it's not funny. Like... And in the defense of all y'all who are using it, I don't think you're really thinking about what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think about it at all.
But
I think that's the
and so like I don't think you're trying to be bad people, but you
because for the first time someone said that I didn't think about it at all. I was like, I didn't think about it, but then I kept hearing it and I was like, wait a minute, if you just like took out this word,
even when we were doing the dailies, I just said Kevin Spacey and
we didn't want to give the guy a fucking name, and it was sort of like a way of saying like, hey, look, this guy is fucking gone, fucking good riddance, goodbye, see you, bitch, like but like we're just like, oh lol.
Yeah, I feel like there's a line of how to use it, but you have to, if you're using it with the same either somber tone that you are like describing the actual act,
or
you're just
like, yeah, because like
using the word itself is not inherently bad. It's just a name.
Yeah,
the way you are using it by saying
as a verb,
I am going to. That is
no,
bad, and I completely disagree with the emo. I hate that word.
Glorifying this fucking
a word that is used in a way to imply that we are.
Yeah. So, it's really annoying. I've had all these fucking thoughts on my mind recently. It's just like
I know some of your.
I think I actually all of it out at once. People will get defensive and be like, "Oh, you're just faking it." But it's like these are things I've been thinking about for a minute, and there are even other things that I've been thinking about too that I won't say. I'll talk about today because it's just kind of heavy. That I'll talk about later on regarding like the way certain people kind of handle like being awkward smash nerds and the way they kind of act. Like, I don't know, I just get kind of irritated whenever I hear, like, someone say, call I hear someone, like, make jokes about gamers, but then act like a gamer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, people will, like, touch about gamers and how nerdy they are and how cringy they are and how awful they act around women, but then they'll be like, yeah, but women are fucking hoes, though, because they fuck tons of guys. If you fuck tons of guys, you're a hoe.
It's kind of like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like saying, like, I like homosexual people, but then using homosexual slurs.
Afterwards. Yeah, or it's like...
But I don't want this to be the rant cast. Yeah, it's just really easy to turn it into the rant cast.
Because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. You know?
I think that the important part here is, like, I don't think anyone is going to get, like, eye-rolly. I have enough respect for Nortah as, like, a community.
I don't think anyone in Nortah actually, like, actively tries to be, like, actual shit.
I think that when we take criticism, like, as a whole, we're generally pretty good about it. If it's, like, serious general criticism, I agree with you. I think that it, like, that shit's gotta just cool it. Like, we're just it's way too overdone.
Yeah, like,
and, it's been overdone.
Yeah. And I don't want to be one of those Smash scenes that's known for being like the Smash scene that's known for being full of fuckboys. Like, this the Smash scene where everybody's posting online and shit about like, yo, dog, this player is a fucking 10. I totally want to bang her. And like people, like, he doesn't like you see that. Like, I saw recently, like, a woman on Twitter posted a screenshot of the Discord server where it was just some nerd, some fucking Smash nerd posting like, yeah, I want to fuck so and so, and it's like, and it was just like all these girls listed out, and it was like so fucking creepy and weird, and it was just like, it's not a good look, and our group doesn't do that, but I was thinking about like the whole like Team S versus Team L thing, and how that started off as being a joke, making fun of making fun of thirsty Smash nerds, and then ended up becoming like a real fucking actual thing,
kind of like
thing. Being kind of like actual, like, genuinely criticizing real life fucking women for their looks and shit, and just being like weird about it. It was just like,
no, I don't know, stuff like that. It can be a slope, but I believe I think that 2019, the return of card games, the return of Kelly, I think we're cleaning up Nortah. This is what's
Yeah,
2019 is the year of taking L's gracefully. Mm-hmm. We're gonna become all, I think, better people.
I mean, just last night, Maud left the group chat, but I talked to him afterwards on the messenger, and we had a very mature conversation that was actually very like productive and good. And it was like basically him saying that he was like, I won't say too much because I don't want to be too personal about it or whatever. But he basically said that he would kind of just like burnt out on Nortah in general, mm-hmm. and he wanted to have like actual conversations because people in Nortah don't have those. All we kind of do is just make memes and shit.
I was just thinking about that. Like, there's never any open dialogue about using that word. Like,
but I'm not just saying he was
but like for an example, but there's never open dialogue.
It's just making memes and shit. And so like he was talking about like he wanted to have like actual conversations like that, and he was basically telling me like he felt bad for like saying certain stuff, like calling things he didn't like gay and stuff like that, because he felt like he started doing those kind of things out of just sort of this like other people like online do that shit.
He's doubling down on a shtick. Yeah, like he has his motto.
But he's just saying like it's super easy and lazy to do and super easy to go to and just forget about it. Mm-hmm. But he basically was just. I mean, it was a very good conversation we had. It was really mature and shit, and I thought it was nice to actually have that and be like, no, I don't just fucking randomly fucking hate him or anything like that. Like I know that he's an actual human being who's not like a fucking turd nugget.
No, he's a good kid. I truly do believe in everyone in Nortah. Mm-hmm. I think we could all take a page out of Levias's book in terms of our behavior and have a little bit more honesty. Yeah. But I think, like I said, it is. Hold on, somebody's calling me.
Oh shit! Pause.
Hello.
This is like when. Oh god, you're fucked, man. Student loans.
I've never taken a student
loan. Any college I've done, I've paid out of pocket.
We're back.
I'm a college dropout. Woo!
Me too.
Yeah, I owe like $50,000 for my fucking loan, but yeah, I'm sort of paying it like that.
But yeah, I think that like I said, we can all do better. I think that the rants like. It's good to get this sort of stuff.
Also, like, there's oftentimes a misconception that the people ranting think that they're in the right.
Yeah, or like holding them down. No,
I'm very aware of my mistakes and my flaws.
I've done stupid shit in the past, but that's why I want to correct them and not keep enabling them and being like this a passive ally. I point that out
because I know someone will say, "You said you don't say this," or "You're accusing Mog of doing the same thing."
Yeah, I want to do.
It's like. You know.
People can evolve.
I don't want to give too much away, but for those of the listeners that are also Elucidate fans in any capacity,
no, I'm just kidding.
Who's that? I think upcoming Elucidate content is going to be kind of centered around helping people become better. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be like some one-on-one, almost like coaching type scenarios and stuff. Mm-hmm. There's some upcoming things that are going to be pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. I think it might help the community as a whole. Mm-hmm. But,
one thing. Oh, was you?
No, you good. I was going to go into something that would take a minute. But you can go.
I was going to say one thing I wanted to. Well, I was also involved in somewhere else too. But I mean, it wouldn't take too long. But one thing
I want to wrap this up in 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you should be fine. I was talking about there's something that kind of strikes close to home for not just for Nortah but Utah in general. The fucking whole Ted Bundy tape shit. Did y'all watching that?
I haven't actually seen any of that. What is the whole?
Yeah, the Netflix show.
It's on.
It's just like talking about Ted Bundy and stuff and. It's been crazy. This has been a thing for a while, but like watching people turn serial killer shit and like fetishize the shit out of where it's like, oh look how hot Ted Bundy is.
You really need to watch Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Because he talks about glorifying how America's always glorified criminals.
Yeah,
and like particularly like white criminals, like mob bosses and
shit. It's
super
easy to do that. Yeah. But especially with fucking Ted Bundy, literally fucking one of the worst serial killers in American history, and literally happened like here in Utah in this area. But like
multiple states.
Yeah, and it was like it's crazy too, especially because when I saw that people posting online, be like, "Oh, look how hot you fucking want to fuck Ted Bundy." Like I was thinking about like literally. So I have a teacher in high school. She almost got fucking kidnapped by Ted Bundy herself. Her cousin got kidnapped by Ted Bundy and killed by him. And it was like really fucked up that she just told us in the middle of obviously won't say her name or anything like that. We keep her anonymous, but it was like really fucked. It was like the middle class just talked about like Ted Bundy, and it was just like, yeah, this fucking random guy came up to us and was like, he had a fucking crutch, and he basically was saying like, hey, I need help to get help with something, things in my car or whatever. Can you go do this or whatever? And with the one her cousin stayed and helped him. My teacher went off and did something else or whatever, and when she came back, she was gone. And later on. the feds came to her door and just knocked on her door and were like, hey, you know this person? They haven't been seen or whatever, and like they think that they're connected to this current case, this guy, you know, and it was just like hearing that firsthand and hearing how my teacher almost became a victim of Ted Bundy and how her own family member became a victim of Ted Bundy. It was like really like. I mean, it like it was like you realize
idiots
like
on Twitter being like, "Oh, I stand Ted Bundy.
He's so fucking hot." Yeah. But it's like
I would let him kill you. He like can choke me and eat my brains or whatever.
And it's just like it's like and then they see like fucking pictures of these women who got killed and shit. And it's just like these are people who lived a full life. They lived as long as you, if not shorter or a little bit longer, and they fucking got killed in a fucked up way. Like
reminds me of who was that cult leader? Got a bunch of women getting killed. That celebrity or like that actor.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, Charles Manson. Yeah,
reminds me of Charles Manson.
No, I like
or the way people talk
all that
about
shit. I think that this is actually off the conversation that we just had.
Yeah,
I think the whole like idea of like this idealistic like or just like concept of a person who has done all these things and like using them to like exemplify stuff. It's just a problem. Like. I'm willing even, you saw my tweets about like Louis C.K. and shit. Yeah. Like, I'm done. Like I obviously like I feel bad about the fact that like, you know, it's somebody that I really enjoyed his work and all this shit. But it's like when somebody does that, it's like you just have to like. I'm just so done with like everybody's being so head ass about it. Like they're like we have to.
Support.
Yeah, support. Or like
always,
there's defenders.
There's always the other angle where
like,
Louis C.K. had a problem where something happened in childhood, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, no, it's like...
But you can't justify
everyone's just responsible for their own actions. And I'm not, like... The other thing is, I don't believe in the whole... Like, I'm not going to say that someone is a bad person for, like, still... Like, if you listen to Louis C.K. or whatever now. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But, like... If I stop supporting like every bad person in the world, I would starve. Like that's just how it goes, you know. Like everything.
Well, yeah,
you draw your own personal lines.
Well,
because
everyone has the right to
it's like when the whole XXX Tentacion thing happened and Spotify banned them, and they're like, "How can you support XXX Tentacion, but or how could you like not support him, but then still support R. Kelly or Chris Brown or whatever?" It's like
fuck it.
People can draw their lines.
I'm not going to say anyone's a bad person for supporting anybody, regardless of who they are.
I don't like Chris Brown. I never click on his music
at all. Chris Brown could die today, and I would not. My life would not be affected in any fucking way at all. I would be same as I always been.
Going back on what we said earlier,
fuck that nigga.
Like Kevin Spacey, I thought was like one of the best actors ever. I loved every movie he's in, especially if you go back to the '90s and watch a lot of his works.
Yeah,
he played like I don't know. But
yeah, he's a very talented actor.
He's very talented. He's got some he's played in such iconic roles in such like big name movies.
That's right.
But like if he ever, and I don't know if he'll ever even be able to, if he ever acts again, I can't really watch him.
No. Yeah, and like I also think you can also go the Mike C. Town route of doing things as well. But hey, to me, it depends on the person. So people like if they're shitty enough, I will not even like watch their shit that they're in. But some people though, where it's like, okay, I don't fucking like you, and you did shit, all those shit, but you're not not like a next level shitty person. Yeah. So I'll fucking pirate your shit or whatever, and I'll watch it legally.
That's what they did to the Kanye, because they all had Kanye.
Hey, Kanye, so they fucking torrented his shit. Yeah.
That's like
I fucking running attention, you know, the fucking kid that's a fucking pedophile. So
yeah.
He was all of his shit.
There's a lot of ways to like kind of get back at people for that shit.
Yeah.
I think that it's not... People are always... Like, there's also people that complain about, like, can you separate the art from the artist and stuff? And I don't think it's a weird conversation to have, like, to talk about, like, can you do that?
One.
I think that, like...
Situational.
It's definitely a situational thing. I think support... Like I said, I don't think you're a bad person for supporting anybody, but the beliefs that they might carry that you... If you shared, like, certain beliefs with them, or you are, like, undercutting the bad shit that they do, that's where you have a problem. Yeah. It's not the supporting the person like in general. It's if I was like a supporter of Louis C.K. and it's like, okay, I like some of his shit, and growing up I thought his early shit was really funny, but I also like defended like, oh, he's not a bad person, and justified what he did. That's a problem. But like if I'm just like, yeah, I liked his stuff, but he's an asshole.
I also think that you wouldn't necessarily like support him financially, like the same way you would like back in the day, where like maybe back in the day you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna buy whatever fucking Louis C.K. merch or whatever, some shit. I don't know if even
I think
puts out they can buy.
Acknowledging talent and defending wrongdoing are not they're not mutually exclusive. Like you can't. It's not that like if I defend wrong or if I like support talent or like identify talent, I'm also supporting everything that person's ever done.
There's some fucking rappers out there that have made great music but are absolute worthless human beings.
Yeah,
and deserve to have their music pirated by.
I'm not gonna lie. I have some X songs on my bangers playlist. I'm not gonna lie.
I got over him. It was just too edgy for me.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where I can't listen to them that much anymore. Like they're definitely not like a full skip. But the Jose memes are actually there's something about them like that are just like the stupid where it's like people draw like church images with like Jose like in place of Jesus and stuff. I'm like, how are these fuckers like? He really did have like this weird dumb cult following for like Jose, dude, and they like named their kid Jose and like.
Fuck! Imagine naming your kid Jose.
He looked like human mold, dude. Like he looked like if mold was a person. Like
that hair, man.
It was something else.
And the inconsistent tattoos.
I also like. He was such a symbol of like all edgelords, dude. Yeah. Like he is like the premier like edgelord symbol.
The fucking drawing of him with the fucking Akatsuki the fucking Naruto ass.
Oh yeah.
I showed
so
that.
Funny.
I showed that to Sheila.
So funny.
She's fucking died.
That's like
she loves that shit.
It's just like seeing this guy who embodies edge, just like even more.
Because you look at Pain like with the whole the fucking rods and everything. You look at X, you like I can see him being in the
this fucking woman being a piece of shit human being.
No, yeah.
Fuck that.
I also love the stupid like it was like a green tech story. It's like the Pepe that looks like X and it's like have millions of fans and like people that'll support everything you do regardless of who you are. It's like also be American, get shot.
The be American get shot shit is funny. That is I fucking hate 4chan is awful as fucking dog ass, especially for the last hot minute.
Yeah.
But the fucking be American get shot.
Be American get shot is one of my favorites.
It just takes us to such a fucking simple level of just like America. What the fuck are you doing?
Those are some of the only green tech stories I really like. Are the ones where it's like be from like this country and it's just like explaining like
my favorite green text of all time is the. Maybe we should fuck.
Yeah,
I say that to my phone and I quote, maybe we should have sex.
All have sex. What if we fucked?
They're so funny though if they had sex. What if we had sex? I just imagine two fucking like ultra straight men like what if they fucking get but and then like what if we had sex? Wouldn't that be funny if we had
hiding your insecurity as wouldn't it be funny if we like kind of did this like as a joke, bro,
like just a meme, bro.
This is a joke,
bro. I just wanna, bro. I mean, when I give, dude, I'll give my homie a reach round, but it's a joke, so I'm sure it's okay, bro. I'm not insecure. I'm not insecure, okay? I'm totally fine with who I am.
Yeah, no, that like the other ones that are good are just the bait and switch ones, which is like. It's alright. This is the last thing I'll say. But just the like, have you ever seen the one where like they'll bait and switch into song lyrics? So like, there's like the one where it's like, try this new program called Amazon X, and it's like says it'll get to your house like within like 10 hours, and it's like buy popcorn machine, like stainless steel popcorn maker. And then it's like, the whole thing like leads up and it's like, I don't think he's going to show up. 10 hours pass. I'm upset. And then it's like, but wait, knock, knock, open up the door. It's real with the nonstop pop stainless steel. X gon' give it to you.
I haven't seen it.
Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver it to you.
We can talk for like 15 more minutes, but like, you have to give him a ride home.
There's also...
Because I have to be somewhere at 2:30.
That was gas. There's also...
Is that fine?
No, I'm going to sleep. So I can wrap it up right now.
Yeah, you can wrap it up. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
We were just going to bullshit about green tech stories for another 10 minutes.
I guess if I could say anything, all I would say, I guess it's probably be released soon. Usually they are. Is that no one's seen me for a while, and I've been getting hit up a lot, and people are blaming Sheila for not seeing me.
Yeah.
And you guys are all wrong. And I wish you would just ask me about this instead of get mad at me and like kick me out of Discord groups, which is happening.
What?
It happened. Like I got kicked out of...
They kicked you out of
they kicked me out of strats only for some reason. I don't know who. I can only assume. Yeah, and just getting mad at me whenever I walk in the room. I'm very happy where I am right now. I love this woman a lot, and I know we meme about that with the whole Fidel thing. But I've known her for a lot longer than you guys realize I have. I didn't tell a lot of you about it because I know how y'all act when someone starts talking about a woman.
Girls! Girls!
And the whole Fidel situation and the way people treated that kind of like altered the way we talk about, I like this girl. You know?
Yeah, because the situation was pretty cooked up.
I have a new job, or I've had a new job for a while, and that is why I am not attending weeklies mostly, because I work every night. So,
yeah.
I'm very happy where I am right now. And I have a dog right now. So, got a dog.
Doge.
It's cute.
Dogecoin.
I think the fix, the real fix for the whole situation on this side, just tearing this table apart, is try and bring Sheila to weeklies. I think
I brought her to one.
I would do it more. I think that would be the. I think the acclimation. Is
I want
what they
to,
need.
but I'm just working.
It's like, you know how like when if you get like 2 new cats and you can't let them just like be together because they'll fight, you have to like kind of introduce them. As weird as that sounds, I think that they need the acclimation.
Yeah.
But
well, anyway,
moral of the story: fuck Chris Brown and fuck. There's a lot you need to know.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
Story. Just keep it in your conscience.
It's like we had a lot of good lessons here.
I think this was the rant cast. Like it needed. Yeah. It was all this airing of grievances.
It was pent up to that. Pent up for like literally like 3+ years.
I guess if we're gonna get one thing out of the way, we might as well get all of them. You know.
Yeah. No. I got nothing else. It's like look out for Lucy shit. I've been helping with the Lucidates channel, and look out for that. I got my Big Brother audition tape in, so look out for that shit.
Did you really?
I did.
Hell yeah, Big Brother, you're gonna be on the fucking show.
I'm gonna try.
Let's fucking get it.
If I'm on it, dude, because they'll probably they'll need to do film segments to show where I'm from, and so y'all will be in there. We'll have to do some cheesy shit about like
Big
being
fucking
gamers.
Brother, man.
Alright,
really funny.
Hell yeah! Follow us at Dr. Phantasma, at IHateCardGames, at Shell Cooked. And 2019 is the year of the gamer.
Peace.
Finally rise up.